All right.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Keiretsu Forum TV. My name is Nathan McDonald, Chairman, Northwest Region, Rockies Region for Keiretsu Forum, and also Managing Partner CEO with Keiretsu Capital. Very excited to be here today with Dr. Andrew Holman, CEO of Inmedix, one of our recently backed companies by Keiretsu Forum members, as well as Keiretsu Capital, recently invested also. So welcome, Andrew. Great to have you on. If you could just spend a moment to introduce yourself and your background and a little bit about the company you founded and kind of your inspiration for getting into this particular venture.
Okay, well, thanks, Nathan, very much. Thanks for the opportunity. As you know, I've been a Keiretsu member for 3 years and saw a lot of deal flow, and people asked me what I did for a living, and they said, how about bring your company? And I resisted, and then finally I gave in. So Inmedix was originally developed as a patent holding company, and about 10 years ago. And we sold our first patents to Boehringer Ingelheim for $10 million after discovering how pain was controlled by dopamine. This is our second project. We licensed the best technology in the world to measure stress from the NFL and other professional sports teams, taking it through the FDA into a point of service test for docs. So we measure stress, and we do it in the cloud. Think LabCorp or Quest Diagnostics in the cloud.
Very interesting, you know, how much people's state of mind and metabolism impact their ability to respond to different to therapies and different challenges that they're going through. And we've seen a lot of combination of, you know, Eastern medicine, Western medicine, and really trying to understand, you know, how to help people, especially with chronic things as well as with, you know, performance for athletes and those types of areas. So very interesting kind of frontier of medicine that you guys are involved with, trying to understand what those effects can be. You know, talk a little bit about what the product does and how it's kind of differentiated from what else is in the market.
Sure. So I'm a rheumatologist, which means I'm an immunologist, and I take care of young women with autoimmune disease. The problem was that I can only get 25% of my patients well, and we're the most expensive field of medicine. What turned out to be the answer was what the patients were telling us. It was all about stress. So we had to find the best way in the world to measure stress, and it came from professional sports. It's a 5-minute ECG-based biomarker. Lie on a table, pads on your wrists and ankles, lie there 5 minutes, goes to an iPad, communicates with the Azure cloud where the algorithms analyze the ECG and then report down your autonomic nervous system stress state. So as a physician, I can make a decision. A number of advantages. It's cloud-based, which means we get paid per test. So razor blade. We don't sell the device to doctors. We own all the data. And we've done 9 studies to validate its utility, and it's the only test that can predict in advance who responds to treatment a year in advance. It's an actionable biomarker. We tripled the rate of remission in rheumatoid arthritis by controlling this part of the brain. And it has profound health economic benefits, independently projected to reduce the cost of care for rheumatoid arthritis in the United States by as much as $35 billion by the University of Washington.
It's unbelievable. I mean, just such a huge impact. It makes sense. I mean, our lives today are so busy, so many areas that stress can come in, and stress is just such a big impact on health, and it's not something folks really realize because it's kind of a cumulative effect that comes into time. And what do you need to do to kind of roll back the levels of stress in your life, in your lifestyle, and your, you know, all the different inputs that can cause that. So, you know, once you have this reading, have this diagnostic, you can figure out kind of what's going to work, what's not. But is there a way to help folks improve their stress level then, and then test again and see if that has a positive impact on their score?
Absolutely. Think of this like a blood pressure cuff for stress. You know, for the first time, we now have an accurate, precise clinical measurement that's convenient and affordable, right? So we have a lot of strategies to reduce stress. We all know it's important, right? You don't really know if it works unless maybe you don't have that heart attack next year, or maybe your autoimmune disease doesn't blow up on you. This way, you may change your lifestyle, lose a little weight, exercise, and we can measure whether you're actually helping yourself or not. And if you're not, we better do something else to make it work. So the key to this entire approach is to have a diagnostic that's accurate. We're taking a soft science of stress. Most people think it's sort of a warm and fuzzy concept, and we're making it a hard science, just like any other science, just like checking your liver or your immune markers or anything else. It's a big upgrade in terms of understanding patients and who they are, and an element of precision medicine that's been overlooked for years. I think you're back now.
I am back now. Technical difficulties here in Seattle, but thanks for bearing with me. Talk a little bit about kind of the funding path that you guys have been on. Obviously, interesting technology to start with. You guys have done a lot of trials, really developed this a long way. Can you talk about kind of your capital raising to date and how you guys have done that? And then talk a little bit about the Keiretsu Forum due diligence process and what that was like.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Keiretsu is the lead in this last round. This is our third round. We started with a convertible note. As you might expect, an entrepreneur like me, for the first time in my mid-50s, I called all my friends. So I got all my friends to raise 1.5 million. I had an advantage. We'd already had an exit. I have over 2 million in this myself, so not every entrepreneur can do that. But then we did a bridge round, and the same investors came in, and then we went to Keiretsu. And I went through the due diligence process, took about 4 months, but because it was very thorough, and also our science is pretty complicated again. But that was a very interesting experience with about 6 members. Jolene Anderson led the team. I think the document's pretty impressive. It certainly is long. It has all of our scientific papers in it. So again, we're a little atypical for a startup with all that science. But that opened up tremendous doors. I would say that the Keiretsu investors were wonderful, and some come in very fast. Some you have to sort of knead the bread a little bit and be available. I'd encourage every entrepreneur to take those phone calls and don't give up and keep working. But what the due diligence really did is it opened up so many other angel groups who then wanted to talk to us. It seems like Keiretsu is the screening program for all these other angels nationally. We also didn't do VC because they wanted us to value price the test. We didn't want to be an EpiPen story. We had a lot of reasons not to go that way. We also weren't raising enough money. So we've raised about 4 million. I guess there'll be 6 coming up here. And we'll be commercial next year. So Keiretsu worked very nicely. I might add that I went to the Northwest, I went to the Bay Area, I went to Southern California, I went to the Midwest, I went to Toronto. And I met outstanding groups that all do it very, very well. There is an edge I'd give to the Northwest and Brianna, though. So.
Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate that. And we love syndicating the deal flow across the Keiretsu network, particularly with due diligence done, bringing that deal flow, once they've got investment from their DD team and, really get that momentum going. It really helps for the quality opportunities to be able to take that work effort and be able to recycle that and just move the process forward with other angel groups. We're very pleased to have them as co-investment partners as well. So that's terrific. So talk a little bit about the DD and kind of the angel backing overall, with life science type companies, medical device companies. Not every angel is going to be able to add necessarily more than capital, but you guys have had a lot of angel backing and folks that have become involved. Talk a little bit about how the angels have helped you grow the company and are helping you in the future here.
Yeah, I'd say the angels do a lot more than add funds. I only have 2 doctors in my cap table, including me. So most of these angels come with all kinds of experience and in marketing and in business acumen and in running a board, and often many have had the same experience. They've gone through angel fundraising as well. We're a little odd because we're a diagnostic. So diagnostics generally are not favorable because they don't generate the same revenue as a therapeutic. So you have a story to tell, you got to explain it. But I would say people are very patient and very interested in the story. It's always going to be true that every investment's not appropriate for every angel, so entrepreneurs should not get discouraged. The reason I joined Keiretsu is because I wanted to learn about fintech and real estate and so forth. I know biotech. I'm on the life science screening committee. But Keiretsu's advantage is you learn about other things. And then those people, when they invest, they bring their talents to you. So very helpful.
Yeah, we love to learn, and we love to support the entrepreneurs on their journeys. And these are marathon efforts. You know, there's nothing short and quick about any of these technology companies that are bringing new products to market, particularly in life science as well. I mean, there's regulatory, there's lots of different things that, you know, slow things down, and that's good in some cases. It makes sure that we're doing good, and we're doing the science, and we're making sure the data is you know, driving the situation, not the marketing hype. And that's real important. You know, as we've seen in the COVID situation, a lot of companies have gotten out in front of themselves and made a whole bunch of claims without any kind of substantiation. And that's caused a lot of challenges for the companies that do in fact have products and are going through the right channels to get those approved. Has the COVID situation impacted your business at all, or how have you guys seen or pivoted or been able to learn from the current situation, and is it creating more opportunity for you guys?
Well, on one hand, it is difficult to have an investor sign a check if they haven't met you personally. So that's just a reality, but that'll get better. For us, we actually filed new provisional patents because we understand why an immune system becomes overactive in an autoimmune disease. The thought is this may be the same reason the immune system becomes overactive to cause cytokine storm and ICU mortality issues. So we're working with our scientific advisors to actually do those research studies now. So also COVID-19 has helped us with regulatory issues in the UK, putting off some changes in regulatory rulings that will come a year later, which is perfect for us. So you just never know. You got to roll with it. You got to make sure you're conservative. You got to save your money, and you got to be careful. You know, if you get a lot of money, don't go out and spend it right away.
Always got to be pragmatic, and you know, expect it's going to take longer, and there's going to be some challenges along the way, certainly. And we're fortunate so many of our portfolio companies have been able to navigate the challenges and in position to thrive when things improve here. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, what things look like on the other side, and terms of, you know, what are we going to spend the capital on? What's the use of funds, and what kind of milestones, and what gets you excited about the next 12 to 18 months in terms of going from the kind of research phase you guys have been in to a more commercial phase of development here?
Yeah, so we've done the research for 20 years. We put the company together for 5 years. We got the license to the best technology. We made the prototype already. We put together a lot of marketing work. We've engaged scientific advisors, payers, a UK subsidiary. We've done a lot already. But this raise is for the next inflection point of FDA submission. And that's probably first quarter next year. And then we expect to have revenue first half of next year. So it's a pretty exciting time. We're thinking about how to manage the business and how to scale it. We're thinking about how to bring on new people. We're expanding the board out as well. It's a pretty exciting time. We actually see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's pretty bright. This is a very exciting opportunity. I'll be pleased if I can come through like I promised. I think we will. We've understated what we think we can do, and hopefully we'll overperform and surprise a lot of people.
Well, certainly the overall market, there's no lack of stress in our society, and with the media and everything else going on these days, you know, people are under stress like never before. And so it's, again, always a good reminder that, you know, you got to take care of yourself, and, you know, putting too much pressure on yourself is not going to help your body be able to heal itself and your immune system to function and all those types of things. So, you know, we all know those things are good for us, right? But actually having a way of tracking it and marking it, and really, you know, sometimes we have a lot of stress, but we don't quite know, you know, how to quantify it. And so having this type of diagnostic tool, you know, very important for the future of medicine, and for making sure we're treating people in the right way with therapies that are going to be effective. So thanks so much, Andrew, for being with us. If you could just let folks know, you know, what's the best way to get a hold of you if they'd like to get more information or learn more, what's the best way to reach out?
Sure, it's best to go to the website, inmedix.com. It's INMEDIX, and or 206 Inmedix if they want to call me. We'd love to hear from you and tell you all about what we think the future of medicine is going.
Well, thanks so much for being with us. We're very excited to be along with the journey with you and supporting, and look forward to encouraging the success here as we keep things going and keep developing the product into the market. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Thank you, Nathan. Be safe.